Hello, hello, hello. This is Aleia, and I decided that today, for episode 5 of Alea's Hot Take, I'm going to be filming it live here on Instagram. So, for those of you guys that are new to Alea's Hot Take, this is where I break down Black Girl Magic, everything you need to know in 15 minutes or less. So, you might first of all notice that I'm filming from my vehicle. Let me tell you what had happened was. What had happened was I had this whole video already filmed and written out, and I recorded it on my brand new laptop, and then it completely just died. It like completely crashed in the middle of it, and I was hella pissed because I haven't done a hot take in a couple of weeks, and I was ready to, bring some magic, but things happen the way that they do, and it just so happens that I'm out with my wife. She has to take care of some business, and so I said I am not going to let technology defeat me today. All these mercuries and micro braids and mercuries and Gatorade is not going to win today. So here I am pushing through, and we're going to talk about why aren't you watching Lovecraft Country? And even if you are, here are 7 reasons to get more hype and 7 reasons why you absolutely need to be watching it. Okay, so hey to those of you guys that are joining me live, and if you are catching this on the replay, I need to know in the comments, are you watching Lovecraft Country, and what's your favorite part? Just one. What's your favorite thing about the show? So go ahead and drop that in the comments below. So here are my 7 reasons why you need to be watching Lovecraft Country. First of all, the thing that I find super dope about this show, and in case you don't know what I'm talking about, it's a new show by Misha Green, creator of Underground. It's on HBO Max. This is not a paid advertisement. This is just the Black Girl Magic that is amazing. So the first reason why you absolutely need to be watching Lovecraft Country. I love that the characters are smart by default. So let me break this down. What do I mean by that? When you see all of these movies and TV shows featuring white folks in sci-fi, white folks in adventure movie, drama, psychological thrillers, they are always super intelligent, right? You see the people, and if you guys, I love me a good psychological thriller. These people are educated. These people have all these degrees. They have all this information, and we never question it. But when we see Lovecraft Country and we see characters like Hippolyta and Montrose talking about, space theories and astrology, astronomy. Why am I losing my words? It was a little bit jarring for us at first. And we realized it's because we often don't see Black people as intelligent in a movie. And if it is, it's usually just like one character or a couple of characters. And even in the show, they ask Montrose, like, how does he know all this information? And he's like, I read it in the book. And I thought it was super dope that they never really highlight all the backstories too much about the characters. Everybody is Black and intelligent by default. And I think that's so, so dope. I forgot to give this warning. My first warning is that I have not seen episode 5, so I think it's just beautifully serendipitous that I'm filming my episode 5 of Alea's Hot Take about Lovecraft Country, and it's on episode 5, but I haven't seen it yet. And my other warning is that if you have not seen a show, there might be a few spoilers. I'm not going to tell too much, but I am going to talk a little bit about it. So that's the first reason. The second thing that I absolutely love about the show is that there are just so many layers to it. Y'all, when I watch this, I have to watch it first for the plot. Then I go back and I have to watch it again and take notes about all of the different nuances that I'm noticing or that I remembered the first time. And then I have to dissect and analyze and discuss it with all my friends, my homegirls, my Black nerd friends, people at work. Like, we have to watch this multiple times. And I think that's really dope because it reminds me of my favorite authors, Toni Morrison. And one thing that's cool about Toni Morrison is that the stories are beautifully layered. It's beautifully complex. It's not just a very linear story that's about one character going through a plot, a plot diagram, but instead it's about all of the nuances of science fiction, the nuances of history, the nuances of culture, the nuances of gender, race, class, all of these things. And I think it's a beautiful testament to how, as Black people, we are perfectly nuanced. As Black people, there are layers to us, that we have all of these complexities, and we are a myriad of many experiences. And I think that Misha Green does an excellent job of showing that in Lovecraft Country. So the third thing that I really think is dope, y'all, my arm is hard, it's tired. is that Black people are strong and powerful in this show. Like, if you think about it, Black folks in Lovecraft Country, they are not only are they intelligent and they're complex, but they have like all of these, they have strategy. They are strong. They're not sitting back and just letting life happen to them, but they are strategizing, especially in that scene. I think the scene that comes to mind, I want to say, was in episode 3, when Letty had the house party, and we know the white folks came and they were, trying to harass them and trying to get them out of the home. But Letty was not playing those games, and she came out and did what she did. I'm trying not to give too many spoilers in case you haven't seen it. And then everybody just completely mobilized and did what they had to do. You saw Ruby coming around the corner with the car, and everybody just automatically had this strategy and this power and this strength, and I just thought that was super dope. Fourth reason why you need to be watching Lovecraft Country, I mean, for no other reason than the costumes, the color, the beauty. It is so rich to watch it, to see how, again, Misha Green and all of the creators and people that worked on that show do so much to bring the vibrancy of our skin on color, on film, to bring the vibrancy of period clothing. And it reminds me how, like, when you see TV shows or pictures or movies set in the 1940s and 50s, how utterly just fabulous we are as Black people. It didn't matter if it was a Tuesday or a Sunday, we were dressed. It didn't matter if you had money or if you were, sewing everything by hand. You were meticulous in the way that you presented yourself. It didn't matter if that was your only dress or your only suit, that you were going to show up. And I love how the creators of the show just bring that fully to life. And it just makes me feel so proud and beautiful by default. The fifth reason, and if you guys are just now joining me, go ahead and tell me, what is your favorite thing about Lovecraft Country in the comments. Lovecraft Country makes you think. Like, this is not a show for you to sit idly by or to sit passively by, chit-chatting with your homegirls. Like, you have to pay attention to every single moment in the show or you're going to miss something. Every single thing has intention, it has meaning, and then you have to go back and look back 3-4 episodes to see how everything ties together, and just the level of intentionality that not only the creator of the show, but the producer of the book and everything, like everything is just so tied together. You think back to even things like Hippolyta, as her name is pronounced in the show, and how it really comes from Hippolyta. And you think through the meaning of each of the names, that like Atticus, in case you don't know who Atticus is, or who I think about when I think about Atticus, I think about Crispus Attucks. And that's probably not what she meant, but that's what I think about. Who is the first soldier, the first Black soldier that's acknowledged as having died in the Revolution. And you think about, Montrose's name, that is named after the whole gay district of Chicago. So it's just so dope when you see how all of these things just make you think. And like, it just makes me, I don't know about y'all, but every time I'm watching the show, I'm sitting here Googling, I'm over here sidebarring with my friends, but I love the fact that I have so much that I have to think about. Number 6, I love, like hands down, and I don't care who you are, if you have not figured this part about this show, then you are missing a whole piece of Lovecraft Country. The fact of how magic is every day, that, magic is incorporated not as this external experience, but as such a regular part of the characters' lives, and it's assumed that magic is real. It's assumed that that power is real. And the fact that Misha Green, and the way that she centers our spirituality in not just the overt ways like we see in episode 3, I think that was Holy Ghost, but in all the subtle ways. Like, did y'all pay attention to what Hippolyta was doing when she was looking in that mirror and had that Dracula book out? If you don't know, then you don't know. Did you pay attention to the way that they use color and then also the theme of blood throughout the show? Like, it is so dope. And I love the fact that it shows how, as Black people, our spirituality isn't something that's just saved for Sunday. It's often, okay, I'm gonna tell you the truth, it's often something that's not even just saved for church. Who we are as a Black people, who we are in Black culture, and having our spirituality centered in our lives, and part of what we do both in the mundane and the spiritual, is so inherent about our Black culture. I love the fact that they showcase this in the show by making magic just as real and just as everyday as we already know we are. So I'm not going to go too far on that because you got to watch the show and you got to be in conversation with me, and you need to be in sister space cycle number 3 so we can really talk more about this. And so the last thing that I have absolutely loved about Lovecraft Country, and the fact that this is our moment as Black folks and as Black women in particular, is the conversation that it's inviting. I have had so many different conversations about it. I'm in the WhatsApp groups. I'm in the Facebook groups. I'm hopping on Google Meet on Sundays. I'm having conversations at work. It's on my calendar. And I love the fact that this has brought us together in a way that, you know, we save for the verses conversations, that we save for just a few times that we're able to get together with our people, and that this has really evoked so many important conversations. And also for folks that are not Black, it has evoked conversations around what the Black experience has been. And one particular conversation I had was with this woman, and she said, you know, I can't believe that I didn't see all of this, or I didn't know this so much about the Black experience. I'm not about to go and talk about that because that's a whole nother conversation at another time. But I love the fact that it is unapologetic about what it means to be Black. And then we get to have these conversations amongst us and amongst our people, where we just talk about why are we so damn dope and why Lovecraft Country is everything. So if you are not convinced to go watch this show, I don't know what else to tell you, because this is like one of the dopest shows on TV. And if you have watched the show and you have not picked out all of these pieces to it, I invite you to go back and look at the show and drop your comments and tell me what is your favorite thing about Lovecraft Country. And if we're already past that and you're ready to break down a conversation with me, and you're ready to let's go ahead and let's talk about how do we apply this magic to our real lives, I invite you to go ahead and apply to cycle 3 of Sister Space. Sister Space is a sacred container where we meet bi-monthly for a quarter of the year to review and practice and learn about spiritual practices, to cultivate self-love, and to learn all about wholeness and what it means to be a Black woman, and how to show up for ourselves. So the link is in my bio, and in case you still don't know where that is, you could just go to AleiaMcDaniel.com. And Sister Space Cycle 3 starts October 28th. However, the applications are closing in less than a month. I think October 16th is the day. So definitely make sure that you go down there, you go ahead and submit your application, and we go ahead and get this started, because this is just the beginning of what you can expect. And I cannot wait to spend more time with you cultivating more Black girl magic. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for bearing with me, and I hope that you have loved this episode 5 of Alea's Hot Take. Subscribe, like, share, and I can't wait to get with y'all tomorrow. Bye. Lord, I feel like an old person. I need to turn this thing off.